Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how doxing works and how to avoid being doxed. And in today's video, we are going to be showing some real life examples and how it works. And you can do this with the command prompt, but I don't recommend you. And remember, this is for entertainment purposes only. I do not recommend anyone to ever dox someone because it's highly illegal and just very mean. So, without any further ado, let's get into the video. Now, how doxers usually get people's IP is by pinging the person or the server. And you can actually do this in command prompt. It's on all Windows computers. For example, I can just type in ping, and we can ping any server or IP address. So I can do www. Twitter, ping YouTube, ping www. So this is an address, and this is basically user ID, right? So this is what the address goes by, and we can just check. If we type in this, it will give this, and it will ping the server YouTube, and it'll give us one of the servers that it's running on. Now, of course, YouTube has more than one server, and it's going to give us a reply, and this, since YouTube is fast, it's going to be in a few milliseconds. And here is the IP, and this is usually where people get the doxing information, and we're going to talk about packets later. But basically, this is the basics. You can ping a website, and it will give you all this information which you can use to dox them. And it's pretty easy because if you didn't know, I didn't explain this well, but basically what I meant to say is that the router has an IP, and the IP gets sent to your computer, right? So you have the internet, it gets sent to your computer, and the computer goes on the internet. So basically this IP jumps around between, your computer, and then finally gets sent to the internet. And basically, since your router is in your home, right, or at least probably in your home, someone can see this, and it can also see where your router is. And if your router is in your home, then that means it can detect your router from the internet, because your IP is basically just your router sending signals from here to here to your computer, from the to your computer then to the internet. Just want to explain that a bit more because I kind of stuttered. Sorry. I'll show you a website where you can look it up. Don't do this, of course. Though. Don't do this, of course, but there's a website called IP to location, and it's right here, first one that sees. And as you can see, you could paste anything right here. It's going to give us some random one. I'm going to blur out my screen right now because that might be my IP. I'm not sure. But anyway, if we copy this IP right here, and we just paste that right there and look up, it might not give us a result, but there you go. As you can see, it's an address, it's in America, it's in California, and it says city, coordinates, ISP, local time, domain, and a lot of things, even its zip code. And this is how you can find the location of them. Also with an IP, you can find a lot of other things, and if you use an IP, you can actually find the name of someone, and their job, and their housing. You can find a lot of things with an IP. That's why doxing is really scary, is because it's so easy, and you could just ping a website and you'll get it. But this doesn't really work with people in a game or people on Twitter, because it can only ping basically addresses. So unless you know the person has like a personal website that they host from their computer, there's not really a way to get their IP. So what they do is, inside a game, you just click on a player, and then you see a player computer sends packets and basically sends a lot of their address to the computer, the server where the game's running. And so their IP is just basically getting tossed around. Like every time you join a Discord server, they have your IP. Every time you join a Minecraft server, they have your IP. And since there's so many, asking and requesting and answering, you can send a packet by yourself. And as you can see, that's pretty easy to someone inside the game. And it'll give you all this information right here, except you would need a custom program. But again, don't do this. This is for educational purposes only. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's pretty short, but I just wanted to describe this for you. I might continue this series showing different malicious hacks that people use, and this one was a pretty simple one, but of course we can always do many others later. I realized this while editing, but I didn't really tell you how to defend yourself against doxers, so I'm gonna say here, you just need a VPN. I just use a free one for Google, but you can use a VPN for games, social media, a lot of other stuff. You can basically use it for anything. I have a specific one for Google, but you know, I don't know if it's good, but it basically, you know how I said your router was in the same house that you were living in? Well, basically this takes the house and takes that, router location, and it pretends that it's somewhere else. So I can move my location from, Europe to Germany, or from Germany to USA. That's basically how it works. It's not that hard, and most of them are free, so just download them. Pretty easy, pretty simple, and it's really secure. Bye, and if you guys like the series, I can release a part 2, not with the same subject. Maybe I'll do cracking, I don't know. I'll see you guys in the next one. Please subscribe, please, please, please.